Okay, today we are going to create a pegboard and then also dimension it. Or not, I'm sorry, not dimension it, we're going to constrain it. So we're going to create a new document and we're just going to call this pegboard. And this is just, or rectangle or whatever you want. I just call it pegboard because it seems to work a little better. So again, just like with everything, I'm going to start going a little faster. You're going to sketch. We're going to pick that sketch plane, and there we go. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to make it 5. So if I click it, 5 by 3 inches. Okay, there is my rectangle 5 by 3. So once I finish that, I'm going to extrude this. And if I extrude it, I'm going to extrude it 1 inch. It's already there. So there is my rectangle. Alright, now I'm going to pick a face to draw a square on my rectangle. So I pick that one. There's my sketch. I've got to click sketch and then there. And now I'm going to draw that. Just like with anything, we're going to make a 1 by 1. Doesn't matter where you put it, because I'm going to go up here and I'm going to use the dimension tool. If I click the dimension tool, I can click that line and that line, and to make that, if this whole thing is 3, I need to make it 1 to put in the middle. Now, if you see this, I'm getting all these little lines here that tell me, hey, it's telling me basically I can't move it. It's constrained. So it's saying, hey, I can't move it up there because I have some other type of thing. So a lot of times if I can escape dimensions, I guess that's not going to... I guess... So I could probably... Let's see if that works. There. So if I right click, I just had to... I'll go back and do that. I'm sorry. I had to remember myself. If I right click, see this is telling me I have to be even with that and I don't need to. So I'm just going to go right click and hit delete sketch entity, and there we go. So now I'm going to take this dimension and move that and put it in the middle. That'll need to be 2 because the whole thing is 5. 5 and 5 minus that, and I get the same thing. And it's this one that's giving me a problem. So I'm going to delete it, and there it is. Now, that is directly in the middle. I'm going to finish that drawing, and now I'm going to extrude it. And once I click extrude, I'm going to remove. And make sure that gets all the way removed. Alright, so now I have that. Okay, now I need to make a peg. So I'm going to go down here, and we're going to insert a new element. And it's going to be a new part. Okay, as you can see here, I have Part Studio 1, Part Studio 2, and then Assembly. So we got to make a separate part. We're going to make the peg that goes in there. So I'm going to click Sketch, click that plane, turn it. I'm going to draw a 1. Whoops, wrong button. I'm going to draw a 1 by 1 square. Okay, I'm going to finish that sketch, turn it. I'm going to extrude it 3 inches. There it is. Now, if we're looking at these, there's my part. There's part number 1 and part number 2. I want to put those two objects together. So I'm going to go here to this assembly file. So you can see on bottom I have part 1. And if you just hover over it, it'll show you. And we're going to make an assembly file because now we're going to put those together. So I go up here to insert. And there's one part. And I can put that wherever. I'm just going to click. And I want a separate one. I'm going to click it on there. Now, I have these both in the same file. Now, I can go like this, but that's not what you want to do. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part. I don't want to set it in there. We're going to use these. These up here are called constraints. You have one that's called Fasten Mate, Revolution Mate, Slider Mate, Planar Mate, Cylindrical Mate, Pin and Slot Mate, Ball Mate, and Parallel. So what we're going to use, I like to use the cylindrical one. And if I let my cursor hover right here, you can see how it brings up three things. It's showing me the X, the Y, and the Z axis. If I click that, and I want it to be in the middle here, do not click it off to the side. It's got to be in the middle. If I click that, and then I go like this. Now, how can I check if you did it right? Is close out that, and now if I move this, see, I can't, it is always fastened together. If I right click and hit fix, it'll fix one of those. So I would have to change this. I have to add one more plate, or one more to that. I wonder if I do fix there. Whoop. So another one I could probably add is maybe planar. No, I need a sliding one. So that kind of will show you that. So do not fix it. Just leave it just like this, and then I can test it to see where you're at. Okay? So right there, that would be how you assemble a file.